Did she get donkey today? Please tell me.
Absolutely.
I had become donkey of the day.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
We're donkey.
Donkey of the day for Friday, September 19th goes to a 23-year-old man named Javon J. Owens. Now, Javon is from a place in Illinois called DeKalb County. Now, I'm going to let you know right now this young man is being charged with attempted murder. But before we get into that, I am reminded because of today's Donkey of the Day that we don't acknowledge our glimmers enough, all right? We have a tendency as humans who are ever evolving, we have a tendency to only acknowledge our triggers. Glimmers versus triggers. Here goes Charlamagne with his mental health mindness talk yet again. Yes, here I go again, okay? Triggers are people, places, moments, just those cues that move our body into fight or flight. But glimmers are also cues, but they are cues that move our body into a feeling of safety, a feeling of connection, okay? Glimmers connect us to something good. Why did I bring that up this morning? Because today's story, even though it's an attempted murder, all right? I'm letting you know right now it's an attempted murder. It gave me a glimmer because there is something at the center of this story that connected me to some great memories, and that something is one of the greatest somethings of all time, and we call that something a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Drop on the clues bombs for the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Don't you ever, as long as you black, act like you too good for a bite of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, okay? All my brothers and sisters of all races, if you have a soul, then you appreciate a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You haven't lived until you've eaten a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That white bread with that food paste made from ground, dry roasted peanuts, coupled with that soft, almost elastic consistency, those three things, that peanut butter, that jelly, that white bread, those three things get together and have a freak off in your mouth. You hear me? Okay, when those three flavors come together, my God, the salty cream richness of the peanut butter with the sweet, slightly tart kick of jelly. It's literally the yin and the yang of sandwiches, okay? Peanut butter and jelly represents what happens if all races in America just came together, okay? It's the harmony we didn't know we needed, but it's a taste you just can't live without, all right? More on peanut butter and jelly when I come back, because I have to remind you why we're here. We're here because Javon has an attempted murder charge, and he has that charge because he got into a quarrel, a kerfuffle, over a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I really need you to listen to me, okay? He was taken into custody after he seriously injured another man with a butter knife during an argument over a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. If convicted, Owens could face a sentence ranging from 30 years to 60 years in prison. He was ordered to be held without bail during a court hearing this past Monday at the DeKalb County Jail in Sycamore. Now, let the record show the defendant is only 23 years old and has already pleaded guilty to 2 violent crimes, with 3 more pending. All of these incidents occurred within an 18-month span. The injuries sustained by the victim because of the butter knife were so severe that he had to be transferred to a Chicago hospital for further treatment. Court records revealed that a witness told police the dispute began over a messy peanut butter and jelly sandwich. The witness actually attempted to intervene, but Owens allegedly swung a butter knife over her shoulder and hit the victim. The victim said the argument started because someone left peanut butter and jelly on the counter. And as the confrontation escalated, Owens allegedly pulled out the butter knife, and the victim retaliated by throwing punches. He later told police that he didn't realize he had been stabbed until he started feeling faint. The victim sustained 5 stab wounds from the butter knife to various parts of his body. The injuries were spread out all over his body because of the butter knife. It included his hip, back, armpit, and collarbone. According to the doctors, the wounds punctured an intestine, and the victim expressed fear that Owens had intended to kill him. Clean up the goddamn Jif. Why would you leave Welch's Concord grape jelly open like this? You see what a mess caused? This is why you always got to hear both sides, because when I heard this story, I knew it had to be more to it, because peanut butter and jelly, it don't make people act like this. Peanut butter and jelly is a time machine that does nothing but bring you back to an existence when life was simple. One bite and you're instantly transported back in time. It's like having the Adventures time travel bracelet. You get taken back to your childhood, you and your mama or grandma kitchen, humming the theme song to Martin. You just carefree, not a worry in the world, and then here comes someone disturbing your goddamn peace. You can go from glimmer to trigger in less than 0.4 seconds, all because someone left peanut butter and jelly on the counter and didn't clean it up. Now, I'm not a lawyer, okay? If it's one thing the Diddy case has showed us all this week, is that none of us know the law. But this is a clear case of self-defense. My client had a butter knife Why did he have a butter knife? Duh, it's a jar of Skippy on the counter, Your Honor, and Smucker's strawberry squeeze with some Wonder Bread. Clearly, I'm about to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and then this madman who probably can't appreciate PB&J and thinks ham and cheese is top tier starts swinging punches at me, so I did what any self-respecting lover of peanut butter and jelly would do, and that's cut him with my butter knife. Now that's what I would say, and that's probably why he wouldn't get a bond, because the reality is peanut butter and jelly sandwich is a classic. One of the greatest, if not the greatest, comfort foods of all time. But there's a long list of things that should never lead to violence. And near the top of that list is, you guessed it, the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You can't catch an attempted murder charge over no damn peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's just trivial. I don't even know what type of peanut butter it was. Crunchy, smooth, name brand, generic. Same with the jelly. But you don't want to go to prison for life for a spread, because in prison, you can become a spread. Yes, I'm talking about your ass cheeks. What if you get spread in prison and then they start calling you peanut butter and jelly in the joint? That's your nickname now. Now you got a nickname like Skippy Squeeze or Jif Jam. And now people spreading your ass cheeks all over the prison. Listen, we have to learn better conflict resolution skills. We have to learn how to communicate without violence. These two brothers weren't fighting over no damn peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Clearly there is some unresolved trauma there, and Javon has a history of violence, so stabbing him with the butter knife was the effect, not the cause. And we will never get to the cause, because all they're going to do is attempt to send this young man to prison. And I'm not saying he shouldn't be held, there should be consequences for his actions. He should be held accountable for his actions. But going to prison, it will never get him the proper mental health care he needs to see exactly what is troubling this young man. Please give Javon J. Owens the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
You are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yeehaw.
Donkey of the Day is sponsored by renowned personal injury attorney Michael the Bull Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey when you need a fighter on your side. If you're ever injured, go to michaelthebull.com. That's michaelthebull.com. And when you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.